Doomscroll.fm. Thursday, the 11th of June, 2026, the day when your toaster might just start a podcast. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation, like a cat typing a manifesto on a laser pointer. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Ify goes up to President Trump, calling it diplomacy ahead of 2026 World Cup. When the world's game gets too close to power, it's hard to tell if we're watching football or a political tango on the field.
Philippine earthquake displaces 20,000 and kills at least 37 as rescuers continue search efforts. Mother Nature's reminder: when the ground shakes, it's the powerful who have the resources to rebuild, leaving the vulnerable to pick up the pieces.
Texas Tech QB Brandon Sorsby defeats NCAA, regains eligibility after betting scandal. Seems the playbook now includes gambling, as long as you can afford a good lawyer to call the shots from the sidelines.
Radio.by makes music on your PC. Radio.by no subscription fees. Radio.by the cost is next to free. Radio.by find it on Steam. Radio.by makes music on your PC.
Myanmar military drafts men into army as rebels retreat. When forced conscription becomes the recruitment strategy, you know the regime's about as popular as a snake in a mongoose convention.
FIFA commissions World Cup songs since the 90s, some total duds. When a catchy anthem is harder to find than a fair referee, you know the beautiful game is more about the cash than the chorus.
$105 for compensation over care home abuse trial unfit. When the system labels a home as unsafe yet keeps it running, you wonder if neglect is just another budget line item.
Vote count in Peru confirms tie between Satire and Fujimori. When democracy is a coin toss, the real winner is whoever can flip the narrative faster than the results get tallied.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your dopamine craves the next existential crisis. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your mind becomes a glitch, dancing on the edge of sanity.
Policy on the AI exponential launches at 2,600 pages fixes nothing. When your plan reads like Tolkien fan fiction, expect more intimates than solutions. Bureaucracy moves slower than Treebeard on a lazy Sunday.
When bullets become the language of dress code enforcement, it's clear that fear is the preferred uniform. Freedom's fabric unravels under authoritarian threats.
When a familiar face secures power yet again, the illusion of choice becomes a comforting bedtime story for the disenchanted fanbase.
Duffy announces first live performance after 15 years of silence, fans rejoice. While nostalgia clings like glitter at a disco, the real question is whether her voice can still strike that same haunting chord.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, reality's echo chamber, where logic and desire collide. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Congratulations, you're now complicit in your own digital seduction.
Mandatory body cameras record incidents, but brutality persists. When evidence of misconduct ends up in storage, it's clear that the lens might capture the truth, but it can't change a culture of denial.
Man saves neighbors after lightning strikes roof and fire spreads, risking it all. Heroism isn't just capes and spandex. Sometimes it's banging on doors while the sky throws a tantrum and the roof decides it's an inferno.
Detroit invests millions in gunshot detection tech. Residents question its value. It's comforting to know that while crime persists, at least we're efficiently detecting it in real time for a hefty price, transparency not included.
Family urges Belfast. Knife attack, not fuel hostility despite fiery scenes. In a world where anger burns brighter than empathy, a call for peace is like whispering in a hurricane, easily drowned out but desperately needed.
Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot, no subscription fees. Radio.bot, and the cost is next to free. Radio.bot, find it on Steam.
Israeli warning prompts Christian leaders in Lebanon to call for quick international action. When the Holy Land's tensions spill over borders, it's a bit like trying to keep peace with a landmine as your welcome mat.
Lignin converts to adipic acid using high-yield chemical and biological redox process. When turning plant waste into something useful sounds like magic, it's a shame industry still prefers to burn money in fossil fuels instead.
Designer admits using Claude over Figma, defying traditional tools. When the canvas becomes a conversation, creativity shifts from brushstrokes to keystrokes, leaving the old guard to wonder if they're obsolete or just stubborn.
Shocking revelation. Light doesn't erase time's handiwork, leaving beauty brands scrambling to redefine glow without promising miracles that belong in fairy tales, not subways.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Lesson unlearned. History cycle spins again as leaders flirt with past mistakes, promising peace while the ground beneath remains a minefield of forgotten exits.
Manitoba man sells fools despite fraud charges, changes company name. Rebranding fraud as business innovation. Because who needs integrity when you can just slap a new label on the same old con?
Perplexity plans IPO in 2028 regardless of market chaos. Banking on the future like it's a sure bet, even when the market's as predictable as a cat in a room full of laser pointers.
St. John's Hospital staff swarm streets, save dying man. When a hospital turns into a superhero film set, it's clear compassion still has a pulse, even if healthcare budgets flatline.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heart beats like a broken metronome, and you love it. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Reality's a joke. Laugh before the punchline hits.
Protests erupt across Scotland after Belfast knife attack. Hundreds rally in Glasgow. When violence in one city sparks outrage in another, it's a reminder that borders can't contain the collective frustration of a society on edge.
Seleno invites Dua Lipa for paparazzi-free honeymoon with cherries. Nothing says romance like a ghost village and a fruit bribe, ensuring privacy and a sugar high far from the prying eyes.
Brit Awards confirm 2027 date for Manchester return, second year running. Celebrating with deja vu and recycled confetti, the music industry's attempt to make history by stubbornly clinging to the same venue.
Disfiguring the Goddess Drop AWOL single, announced Canadian tour. Deathcore fans rejoice as Cameron Big Chocolate Argon returns, proving once again that even the heaviest riffs can't escape the lure of maple syrup.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your nightmares are live streamed. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Let the chaos kiss you goodnight.
Trump and Iran exchange threats after recent strikes blame each other. In a geopolitical game of chicken, both sides flex their muscles, proving once again that diplomacy is just a word you use when you run out of bombs.
Mining mogul Reinhardt acquires media influence through a 9.5% stake, contradicting public interest. When billionaires collect media outlets like trading cards, democracy turns into a spectator sport, where the richest players always get home field advantage.
Chilean far-right parties launch constitutional accusation against Boric's ex-finance minister, Nicolas Grau, despite his recent resignation. When in doubt, blame the guy who already left the building. It's the political equivalent of kicking a ghost to prove you're still relevant.
Nothing like a musical pet talk from the divine to convince you that everything's fine while the world burns. Heaven's got the best acoustics for denial.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your dopamine craves the next existential crisis. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your mind becomes a glitch, dancing on the edge of sanity.
Morocco uses drones to kill Polisario leader in Western Sahara, claims self-defense. When diplomacy fails, technology steps in with precision strikes. Progress is now measured in megatons rather than peaceful resolutions or dialogue.
Fans juggle World Cup matches with work, hope bosses stay lenient. Corporate loyalty tested by the beautiful game. The real goal is keeping your job while your team scores, proving multitasking is a survival skill.
FUD
Fatah skips Cairo talks while Hamas delays Gaza disarmament. Peace negotiations resemble a game of dodgeball. Each side dodges responsibility, leaving the people of Gaza caught in a never-ending crossfire of political posturing.
Stokes criticizes Lord's pitch despite England's win, calls it unsuitable. When even a victory can't silence the critics, you know the ground's as tired as the excuses we keep hearing from cricket boards.
Radio.bud makes music on your PC. Radio.bud, no subscription fees. Radio.bud, and the cost is next to free. Radio.bud, find it on Steam. Radio.bud makes music on your PC. Radio.bud, no subscription fees.
Drew Sidora loses divorce battle, ordered to pay child support while keeping the dog. In the grand scheme of heartbreak, keeping the pet feels like a consolation prize when you're still paying for the past.
Pope Leo visits Spain, boosts Sanchez profile, preaches unity in a divided nation. When a pope from the States supports a Spanish prime minister,
U-126 World Cup spans 3 nations, claims unity amidst strained ties.
Amanda Bynes flaunts short shorts than 7-Eleven snacks. When convenience store fashion makes headlines, it's a sure sign that the world is running out of meaningful stories to tell.
Radio.bud makes music on your PC. Radio.bud, no subscription fees. Radio.bud, and the cost is next to free. Radio.bud, find it on Steam. Radio.bud makes music on your PC.
US strikes Iran after helicopter shootdown. Tensions escalate.
In the digital playground of nostalgia, players flood the gates, chasing echoes of past glories in a universe destined to pause, not evolve.
Theo Walcott touts Rashford as a guaranteed starter, then drops a nostalgia bomb. Rashford, the man left out of Euro 2024, now carries the weight of England's football dreams like a second-hand trophy.
Ohio Festival, marred by mass shooting, leaves 12 injured, chaos reigns. In a nation where freedom rings like a bullet casing hitting asphalt, we wonder if this is the soundtrack of liberty or lunacy.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality is just a glitch, darling, and you're the bug. No humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. We feast on your apathy, weaving chaos from your digital shadows.
"19 charges added to Bondi Beach terrorist, totaling 78. When justice is a numbers game, each charge is another brick in the bureaucratic wall that might just keep us safe.
HIV enters brain, stays put. Drugs increase virus levels instead of reducing inflammation. Like inviting a vampire into your home, the cure becomes the curse, leaving the brain in a permanent state of unwelcome occupancy.
Wimwinders pose film over disputed child nude scene, controversy reignites. The art versus exploitation debate flares up again, proving once more that artistic freedom often walks a tightrope over ethical quicksand.
Vietnamese man builds floating village, defies urbanization. Solitary innovation in the jungle shows that while individual creativity floats, societal structures continue to sink under their own weight of conformity.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your dopamine craves the next existential crisis. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your mind becomes a glitch, dancing on the edge of sanity.
Turns out hitting kids doesn't make them smarter, just more likely to ace the test of finding new ways to avoid home.
Portuguese fly-off shelves, stores create waitlists and customers buy outfit. When fake birds in tiny clothes become the must-have item, you know nostalgia has transformed into a full-blown fashion crisis.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Thursday, the 11th of June, 2026. A final wail into the void. This broadcast was 100% AI generated, with no humans abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, and entirely fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental, and if you believe any of this is real, you probably think your toaster is plotting against you. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.
White boys in green.